So let's say someone watching this interview is interested in volunteering, or let's say somebody who, maybe just stumbles upon it, right? What would be your advice to somebody who's looking for volunteer opportunities? How would they find you?
So for right now, the best way is just via our website. So it's caregivervolunteers with an s.org. And, sign up for an info session. So we hold info sessions every week, and you have a chance to talk with a real live person via Zoom,
right.
And ask questions and see, is this something that's right for me, that would fit, and what's it all about, and what would it take? And then if you're kind of outside our area, I always encourage everyone to volunteer, just even a little bit. And there are sites that you can go on, like Volunteer Match, that will show, given your, preferences, this could be the right fit for you. So I just encourage you anyone is to get involved. And even if you have your local church or community group, I know a lot of them have some boots on the ground work that you can do, is reach out and just be proactive and see what there is. You could be surprised. Something could be right up your alley.
That's great. Thank you. I think that's great advice, and very helpful to anyone who's watching this. The other thing I wanted to do, I forgot to introduce myself in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I'm Nicole Wayner, and I am the Director of Marketing and Client Services for Fieldworker. And, since Fieldworker is a technology company, and we help organizations like yours, in the health, social services, care organizations type industry, I have to ask the question of, how do you use technology? How does technology help you, in your day to day?
So for me, and I'm a firm believer in, if used correctly, technology can really change the game, especially for nonprofits. When we look at our resources, we are so limited. So making strategic investments in our programs and how we manage our programs is something that benefits us completely in the long run. So some of the things that we like to do with our technology, because when you boil it down to our services, we do have staff, but our volunteers do the work. So we're really connectors, and we really take that and manage that information and all of that data to connect people is kind of what we do on our office on the day-to-day. So how do we best do that and do that the most efficient way? And it's 2021, it's not paper and telephone anymore. There's ways that we can automate things and mobilize more volunteers at a time and reach more people that, we did invest in over the last year, and it's dividends in return for us, and that we're just able to help so many more people when you invest in that and use it correctly, and cuts down. So then our staff members can do more with the little that we have. And being in nonprofits, you speak to anyone who's working in those nonprofits, you're expected to do a lot with nothing, which is okay. And once, when you invest in technology, and I know some of the services that Fieldworker provides, it just makes it so much more accessible, especially, in this digital age where we need to connect and get that information and use it. That's where it makes it all possible. And, we're far removed from where we take it down on the phone and write it on paper and throw it in a pile and then put it in the bin and someone else does it. So, you just have to adapt in it. And for us, it just makes all of the difference when we look at the amount of people that we can help. So do we want to help 2,000 people? Do we want to help 4,000 people? What's that going to take? And it's not, we don't have unlimited resources here, although I would love it. So being able to harness that power, it just, for us, we've been able to see how it's helped our impact in our community footprint. And, You know, it's especially for volunteers. I'm of the age where, like, if it doesn't happen here, like it's harder to get to. I do live off of my phone, so making even volunteerism more accessible, it's really a win-win for everybody. So we dipped our toes in the water, and we're not going back over here. We're
Glad to hear
jumping
it.
in.